Our story of the Great Hyperspace War continues with issue 2 of the Golden Age of the Sith, entitled Funeral for a Dark Lord. In the previous 2 issues, the Unification War was won to solidify the Koros system under Empress Teta, but not without loss of life, including Hawk and Timar Daragon. Their children, Gav and Jori, set off to map out new hyperspace routes, incurring great debts to unsavory elements. In one particularly contentious situation, they are forced to flee Koros Major in a hurry, punch in coordinates randomly, and jump into the unknown. We open on a title crawl. 5 millennia before the birth of Luke Skywalker, at the height of the Republic, daring hyperspace explorers plunge through uncharted space, hoping to discover valuable commercial routes. Young Gav and Jori Daragon, brother and sister, attempt to make their fortune. Their supply runner parents killed in Empress Teta's final unification wars, Gav and Jori have little left of a meager inheritance. When their ship, Starbreaker 12, is damaged on a mapping run, Arba the Hutt offers his repair dock on Senegar, but he refuses to release the ship until Gav and Jori pay him. Though Arba is kind-hearted for a Hutt, he has already trusted them one time too many. Adding to their misfortunes, the merchant lord Skehor suffers financial ruin when he uses one of the brother and sister's mapped routes, and he takes out a contract for their lives. Meanwhile, the Jedi scholar Odin is assigned to the Koros system to assist Empress Teta. The Unification Wars are over, and the 7 worlds of her system are poised for prosperity. Odin becomes a close confidant of another Jedi, Mehmet Nadil, a personal advisor to the Empress. The 2 Jedi rescue Gav and Jori from Skehor's assassination attempt. The brother and sister know they are doomed if they stay in Senegar. They have only one chance, to steal the Starbreaker 12 in one desperate plunge through hyperspace, hoping to discover a valuable new route no one has dared to explore. Breaching Arba's defenses, they roar off in their ship, dodging Senegar security. Punching random numbers into their navicomputer, they vanish into the unknown. Our story opens on a hallowed funeral procession on a foreign world, the planet Korriban. This is the Valley of the Dark Lords, and this is a dark day for the Sith Empire. Marco Ragnos, Dark Lord of the Sith for over 1,000 years, has died and is being laid to rest. While all are outwardly mournful, there is a tension boiling just below the surface. The Sith rule by strength, and with the long-reigning Dark Lord dead, his successor will be forced to make his claims sooner or later. One of his possible successors, Ludo Kresh, leads the procession and presides over the funeral. In space, the Starbreaker 12 arrives in system. Gav and Jori look at their star charts and realize that they are in an uncharted system. They see that Korriban is habitable and decide to go down to see what riches they can find. Back on the planet, the funeral has concluded and the living are going back to the city. Naga Sadow, Ludo Kresh's main opposition for leadership of the Sith, arrives in the Valley of the Dark Lords to challenge him. Ludo Kresh refuses the challenge, deeming Sadow's experiments to be a threat to the Sith Empire. Sadow counters that the Empire has grown complacent and stagnant over the years, and reminds the Sith that their ancestors came to Korriban after being banished. As the Daragons are approaching Korriban, Gav convinces Jori that they should claim to be emissaries to anyone that they meet on the planet, hoping to establish a lucrative hyperspace route. On Korriban, Naga Sadow and Ludo Kresh fall into a sword fight for control of the Sith Empire. The fight commences for some time with neither combatant able to gain the upper hand. Suddenly, the spirit of Marco Ragnos appears and stops the fight. He chides them for their petty squabbles and recounts for them the history of their people. They were once Jedi who sought after dark and dangerous powers. Seeing that they were a risk to their control over the Force, the Jedi banished them to the unexplored galaxy. Their ancestors encountered the Sith, enslaved and intermarried with them, establishing the Sith Empire. He warns them that the Empire sits on the precipice of destruction if Sadow and Kresh do not exercise wisdom and fight the right battles. Back on Koros Major, Odin receives a Force vision of an impending Sith attack. He rushes to Teta's throne room and is to relay the vision, but finds Arba the Hutt bringing his complaint concerning Gav and Jori's damage of his shipyard to the Empress. Teta promises justice to the Hutt and turns to Odin concerns. Odin recounts the vision, warning Teta that this threat must be taken seriously. Mehmet vouches for Odin and Teta promises to take his concerns to Coruscant when she travels there in 3 days. Back on Korriban, Naga Sadow and Ludo Kresh agree to make peace after Marco Ragnos' warning and plea. Just as this peace agreement is made, Gav and Jori land. The two explorers disembark and declare themselves as emissaries of the Republic and come offering a trade agreement. Sith warriors immediately apprehend them. Kresh believes them to be the precursor to an invasion from the Republic, but Sadao intends to interrogate them, believing that the Republic could be ripe for the taking. Issue 2, Funeral for a Dark Lord, gives us our first look at the ancient Sith Empire, which to this point had only been vaguely mentioned or alluded to. The intricate, reverent funeral ceremony shows just how revered the fallen Sith Lord was, and shows us just how brutal the Empire can be. We are also given a glimpse of how the Empire resolves leadership disputes, via combat. The introduction of the 3 Sith Lords, though one is dead, helps to give this new Empire depth and personality. Sadao in particular will drive the narrative forward, and Marka Ragnaros will be important in the next arc with Exar Kun and Ulic Qel-Droma. The Sith Empire is a formidable foe for a Republic that is not prepared to face it, with any possible warning being delayed 3 days by Teta's travel itinerary. We get to spend more time with the Daragons, and the narrative is better for it. We get to see the siblings' desperation and hope that this blind jump could possibly solve their money problems. I said in the previous review that the Daragons seemed to be cursed with bad luck, and that trend continues in this story. The Daragons plot a route that turns out to be more dangerous than they thought, catching the ire of a dangerous traitor. They damage their ship and cannot afford the repairs. After being cornered by assassins, they are forced to flee from Koros Major and just happen to arrive at a major planet in the Sith Empire. They just seem to jump from the frying pan into the fire over and over again. We don't get much interaction with the Jedi, but what little we get shows us just how important Odin Erb will be to the coming conflict, seemingly always in the right place at the right time to guide the galaxy toward peace. Watching his role as we continue forward will be of particular interest. This is a fun story and serves as a good, inciting incident for our tale, as the tension is continually ratcheted up. We'll get more interaction with the Sith Empire in the next issue. What do you think about the Golden Age of the Sith, Issue 2? Let me know your favorite Sith Lord down below. Thanks for watching.